Brendan.
And I'm Karen.
And together we're Fox and Rabbit. We're filming this, our 5th Flosstube, on Sunday the 1st of August, which in Australia is the horse's birthday. So happy birthday to all the horses out there. In Australia, the lockdown is continuing. In New South Wales, we've just been told we've got another 4 weeks worth of lockdown. So Karen and I are stuck in the house together for another 4 weeks. Hopefully we won't kill each other, but I can't make any guarantees there. It's good in a way because it's making us actually focus on the business.
Yeah.
There's no actually external distractions. So, we can't go out and have breakfast. We can't go out and have lunch. We can't even really go out for a walk.
No.
We're stuck in the house. So we're really concentrating on the business at the moment, getting ready for Expo. And getting all our shop orders out, all the fabric dyed for the shop orders that we've got. We're working really hard with that, but because of the COVID lockdown, obviously it's just Karen and I, the people that normally help us with the serging and cutting process, can't help us.
Nope. Just me.
So poor Karen is doing all the cutting and serging, and I'm doing all the dyeing and ironing.
Yeah. So I've had quite a few early mornings this past week. I think twice now I've worked right through the night, seen the sun come up. I'm actually now at the point where I'm 100 ahead of Brendan. So he can dye approximately 100 in a day during the winter months. So if we can keep that going, which we will, we'll have everything out to all the shops in the next 2 weeks. A lot's going out this week and progressively over the next 2 weeks, but our last one should go out in the next fortnight. So it's just the whole lockdown thing has just thrown us for a loop because it's not something we've had to deal with really much in this whole last 18 months. It's hit New South Wales very hard in this. Well, we've been in lockdown now for 4 weeks, so another 4.
5, I think.
Might be. Yeah, it is. It's 5. So it will have been 9 weeks by the time we get to the end of August. So we've had to just reschedule everything. But we're now sort of working everything out with me just doing the cutting and serging and Brendan just doing the dyeing, and we're on track again. So. Yeah, but it's been a really, really busy, hectic 2 weeks. I can't believe it's 2 weeks since we filmed last. It feels like it was yesterday. So, so we are literally just cutting, serging, dyeing, and designing and stitching, mostly for Expo.
Yeah, and because we've been locked down and we're locked down for another 4 weeks, we had to do our own hair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I dyed my own hair.
And I cut my own hair, which is a bit scary. Yeah, so just don't look too close at my hair. There's a few little ball patches. But it'll grow out, I'm sure, in the next 4 weeks before we can actually see anybody.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so what do we got first?
So the 1st of August is the start of our Cryptid Stitch-Along. So,
the Witchy Stitcher Cryptid Stitch-Along. Brendan bought me a Mothman T-shirt.
And I've got the actual Cone of Doom.
Yep. Actually, Brendan ordered that one and he said, would you like one? I said, no, just get one for yourself. I'm fine. And it arrived and I sort of basically said, well, where's mine? So he's now ordered me one as well.
It's on its way from Canada.
They are very cool T-shirts. But he did buy me a Mothman one, which is my favourite cryptid. Whether that's going to be in this sale, we don't know because it's a mystery from the Witchy Stitchers. But we're very excited. So one of the disadvantages of being a day ahead, we have to now wait until probably around midnight, which will probably still be up working, for part 1, which I believe is the border to come out. So, yeah. So we're actually stitching it, the same project. I don't think we've ever done that before. So
it's a competition. So
it is.
Who stitches the fastest.
It's not really a competition.
I've already lost.
Yeah. Okay, so actually on that subject, we thought I just want to ask everyone's opinion. I've got 2 different linens that one Brent dyed for me. One is the suggested what's it called? Old Salem linen from the Primitive Hair. So I just want to see what everyone thinks I should start on. So just leave me your comments below. One is 40 count, which is what Brendan dyed for me. And the other one is the suggested 30 count linen. So obviously one I'll be stitching with 2 threads, one I'll be stitching on 1. So, okay, so these are the beautiful threads, all in DMC. This is the colour I sort of asked Brett. I said I wanted something like a sort of a hot, ready sort of colour. I don't know if that's going to show up. It looks a bit orange in that photo, but in that on the camera. But that is the one he dyed for me. A little bit brighter than that. So this would sort of be the threads on the red. There is a red in there, which is 666, and there's an 815. So I'm not sure where they're going to be on it, but obviously there's a lot of black, so I think that would all stand out. And obviously the other one is the old Salem linen, which is just beautiful, and I've stitched on this before, and it's gorgeous to stitch on, and I'm leaning towards this, but I'd love to know what everyone thinks. So as I said, just bearing in mind we don't know what this is going to look like, but there's a lot of black in it. So either let me know whether you think Old Salem or the red that Brendan did. As I said, it doesn't even have a name, he just did it for me. So as I said, this one is 40 count, so I love stitching on 40 count, but I do worry that it might be the whole design might be a little bit small on 40 count. What about yours, Brent?
I haven't dyed a piece yet, so I've got to dye something in the next day or so.
Yeah, probably this afternoon.
Yeah, we'll do it in between dye runs.
We've got a beautiful, beautiful day here at the moment. It's 24 degrees Celsius. I think that's mid-70s, I think, maybe 80.
Yeah, it's pretty warm for winter.
It's winter and it's beautiful. So it's a great day for drying the fabrics, thank heavens. So Brent will probably get that dyed today so you can start tomorrow. Well, we're kind of stitching at night time on our personal things at the moment. So we'll hopefully start that tomorrow evening along with everybody else. So let us know if you're joining in too, and let us know what your Instagram addresses and everything are, or your Flosstubes, or wherever we can see what you're stitching, because I'm assuming it's probably hashtag cryptid sale. I think we'll have to look up the hashtag and we'll put it up here at the end so everyone can follow everyone's progress. So that's what we're starting, hopefully in the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what we're stitching, I guess.
Yeah, what we've been stitching this last week. Well, first of all, I haven't done a whole lot of stitching that I can show you, unfortunately, because we've, as many of you know, we've got Expo in 4 weeks. So I'm actually madly stitching a sampler, and I've been designing... Someone had to make an appearance.
She's scratching the crap out of my arms.
Yeah, so most of my stitching has literally been stuff I can't show you. We're also the next design going out for the Cruel Goblins Schoolgirl Sampler Club. We were due to be the last of the year, but just a few things happened, and so we said, well, that's okay, we can bring ours forward. So I'm madly stitching, I've already stitched, but I'm madly making up the sample for that. So again, I can't show you that. So that's kind of what I've been stitching this last week. And I've also, I'll just show you this just quickly. I've also been trying to catch up on the Carolyn Amelia trowel, which is the sale I'm in with some very close friends. I haven't got a lot done because, as I said, I'm madly stitching these samples at the moment, but I've actually at least got the house completed for the 3rd time, so all went well this time. And once I get that sample off to the Cruel Goblin tomorrow, I will start stitching a night and try to catch up, because the completion of this sale, I believe, is around about the 2nd week in September. So hopefully I'll get all the Expo stuff done in plenty of time, and then I'll do nothing but stitch on this and the Cryptid sale for the rest of August, so I can finally catch up to the girls. So that's my stitching.
So I'm still stitching on the Mermaid of Salem Bay from the Primitive Hare. And I got a little bit done in the last 2 weeks.
A little bit. So proud of him.
So I've got a big chunk of the tail done now. The outline's done. I've just got to go back and fill the tail in and do a few little fancy bits on the tail. And then I can get back on into the body and the head of the mermaid.
So when are you hoping to have that finished?
One day.
He's actually hoping to have that done by the end of August, and he's getting a lot done. I'm still stunned. So you're really enjoying it though, aren't you? I think he's found his sweet spot with the count of linen he needs to stitch on. You love the fine counts, don't you, Bart? That's a 30 count.
Yeah, that's a bit big.
Yeah, but it's stitching up fast.
Yeah.
So I think he's got to find a sweet spot somewhere between 40 and 32, I think. I think 32 is looking good.
Or just wear big glasses.
You'll wear bigger glasses, that's right. So, yeah. So that's all you've stitched on. And that's, as I said, unfortunately can't show you all the things. But in the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to, because we'll have our, hopefully we'll have that sample finished for Expo. So, okay, purchases.
Yeah. Do you want to go first? Or
you can go first.
Yeah, I actually bought a little bit this week.
You did.
And I'm
a bad influence, I think.
I actually bought a fair bit that hasn't actually arrived yet, that you don't know about.
Oh. That's that mailman stuff that he says doesn't count as whole. That'll be interesting. Okay.
Okay, so the first thing I bought 2 charts from Night Spirit Studios. So one of them is the Plague Doctor. So we're buying a few patterns at the moment for Halloween. And the Raven. Which is a nice male angel.
It's a big one. To dye a piece of fabric for that one.
One day. Yeah. And keeping along with our cryptid stitch along.
Yeah.
I've been back on the Witchy Stitches website, so I bought a whole bunch of stuff from them. I bought some fabric and another T-shirt, and a few other things which are in the mail. But I also bought a couple of charts. So we've got a little devil cat, which is Lucy Purr.
Cool. A Lucy Purr. Oh, that's actually cute. I'm just seeing these now too. So.
Yeah. And a Stitcher Haunts here, which we saw someone else was stitching recently. So we have to get that pattern as well. And the last thing I bought was a collection of little samplers from Pixel Stitch on Etsy. So I've got these to stitch for Halloween ornaments. So it's a whole series of cryptid skeletons. So it's got dragons and fairies and unicorns and mermaid.
Wow.
That's it. That's all
And you're not going to give me a hint as to what's coming?
Nope.
Is it for me?
Nope.
Well then I don't care. I'm going to have to just put this little one out because she's sitting here shivering, even though it's a warm day, so I don't know why she's shivering. But so just hold one moment and I'll just put her out. Sorry about that. She was going to keep jumping up the entire day, so she's going to have to go out and enjoy the sunshine for a little bit, which she's going to be a bit unhappy about.
Well, that's because she's the star.
Okay, so my purchases. Okay, so this I was very happy arrived this week, which is the Just Cross Stitch ornament issue. I don't think you've had a look through it yet, have you, Bryn?
Halloween one?
Yeah, did I say Christmas? Oh, sorry, the Halloween issue. I'm looking forward to the Christmas ornament issue coming in, so... that won't be till September. So, yeah. So I've had a quick flick through that. I'll have a better look through it tonight. So we haven't had a whole lot of time this week. You haven't had a look through it yet?
I haven't even looked at it yet.
But there looks like there's some really cool things in there. So looking forward to that. Because I can stitch Halloween all year, but I am getting excited because we're coming up to that Halloween stitching kind of time. So one of my other purchases this week, I don't know. I can't think who I was watching on Flosstube, but again, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, so I had to jump on and get this little cutie. This is called Red Berries, a Christmas greeting. I won't stitch this one just yet. I'll put this into my Christmas rotation in a few months' time, but it's from Modern Folk Embroidery, and I just love it. It's a little PDF, and I think that one will stitch up really quickly. I'll probably pick my own flosses for that one. So that was cute. What else did I get this week? I don't think I bought a lot of things. Oh, this one. This one's been on my wanting to stitch list for ages and ages, so it arrived on Friday. This is by Kathy Barrick. I think a few people out there are stitching this one at the moment. This one is Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain, and it's just beautiful. So if anyone's doing a sale or wants to start a sale, I'm all in on this one. I'll probably start this one after Expo at the end of August. Most of my plans for personal stitching and Bren's too are for, with the exception of the cryptid sale, are for after the end of August. It's actually weird to think that that's this month now. I can't believe this time has gone so fast. And the last little one I bought, this has been out for a while, but I love Beth from Heartstrings Samplery. This is Baby, It's Cold Outside. And again, I'll probably put that into my Christmas rotation because it's beautiful. I just love the house. Probably put it on a dark linen, I think, but again, it'll dye something for me. So I think that was all my purchases this past week. So I've been quite good.
Wow.
Plans for stitching though. So basically, you're just planning on finishing that and the cryptid sale.
Well, I'm not going to finish the cryptid sale. I'm going to start the cryptid.
I'll start the cryptid sale. Sorry.
And finish my mermaid.
What is it? Over 13 months or something? The cryptid sale is or 13.
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure, but goes for
it'll
very
keep
well.
us busy for a couple of months.
Yeah, and I just pulled out a few different things that I want to start. Again, most of this is after August, so we'll show you again after we get past Expo, but I want to start getting my Halloween stitching on. So I pulled out a few things that I'll probably be kitting up in the next few weeks. First one is Raven Bewitched by Blackbird Designs. It's a bit of an oldie, but a goodie. Love that. But then it's Blackbird, so that's a no-brainer for me. I love everything they do. Another Blackbird Designs is Away We Ride. This one's been on my want-to-do list for a long time too. So that one is going into I'm going to kit up. Now I think I'm still going through. We've been so busy this last 2 weeks. I've got to go through and go through everyone's comments. My apologies. I do want to. I want to get through and answer and read every single one of them, and I will plan on doing that in the next few days. We've just been so crazy busy. I said to Brendan, "You've got to get in and answer some too." But I think Sebastian might have said to me that he wants to do a sale with me with Midnight Ride. And so I think it was Midnight Ride, he said. So, Sebastian, I'm all in if you want to start that one. Again, maybe we can start on the 1st of September because that one I think will stitch up fairly quickly. Can't wait to do that. And the other thing I want to also start, I've had the Anniversaries of the Heart Forever by Blackbird Designs. Obviously, there's all these divine charts. I saw this week on, I think it was the Blackbirds Facebook group, Barb's niece has taken on. Barb was apparently stitching this when she passed, unfortunately, and I think she's still got one block to go and a few other little names to add, and her niece is going to finish that for her. And it's just so beautiful, and it just reminded me that I've been wanting to stitch this and put family and friends, dates, and important people in our lives on each block. So I do want to get that started. That'll probably be a little bit later in the year, but I want to pick a perfect piece of linen and get that one started because it's been one of my favourite things for years and years and years, and it's just sitting there gathering dust. So I want to start getting that one stitched. So, but again, later in the year. And the only other thing I would like to start for August. My friend Naomi is, I think I said to you in the last Flosstube, she's doing a stitch along of the Floral Motive Sampler, which is just, I think it's my favourite Scarlet House. Oh, it's hard to say because I like so many, but it's one of my favourite Scarlet House charts. Now, I believe there's 30, well, she's divided, we'll put the picture up here. She's divided it into 31 sections, with obviously part 1 starting today. I'm going to sort of go with it's not the first in the Northern Hemisphere yet and start it tomorrow. It actually looks achievable, and if it was any other month than August with Expo coming up, I would be all in. I still think I'd like to have a go. And the hashtag for that one is, Naomi has a Stitches Club group on Facebook who I think are doing this. And the hashtag is hashtag Floral Motive 31-day sale. So that's the hashtag to look for if you're looking for it. I think I'd like to have a go at doing this, but Brenna's looking at me. I just said to her yesterday, can't we do it in September? And she said, there's not 31 days in September. So anyway, I do think it's achievable with the way she's carved it up. So I don't know. Let's fast forward in 2 weeks. You'll see whether I actually did start that or not. As I said, I know I could do it and I'd love to do it, but there's just so much happening in August with Expo. I just don't think I can. So they're my stitching plans. What else have we got, baby?
During the week, we got a few little presents.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So our friend Andrea, who makes beautiful project bags, has made some project bags for us again.
Yeah, just a nice surprise in the mail, especially when you're in lockdown.
So she's a Halloween one.
I'm not sure which was meant for each of us, but we kind of each grabbed... Well, I grabbed it.
Karen took the one she wanted and gave me the other one. But this one has a... I don't know if you can actually see it. It has a little bat.
Zipper pull.
Zipper pull. Yeah. So a nice Halloween one for the Halloween projects. And following in that...
Brendan loves sugar skulls and so do I, so we fought over the next one.
Yeah, so there's a sugar skull pouch as well.
So 2 sugar skull ones came, so we kind of fought over them because I think we both prefer... Well, we both love both of them, but I
you
got...
won.
Well, only because...
Like always.
Andrea had actually previously sent me this fabulous little... just a little sort of Ziploc bag in the same linen, so same fabric. So technically, I already had this, so therefore, I got it on a technicality. So therefore, I got this, which I just love. I think she's got bolts in this, so I'm sure she might make you one too, Brendan. And that's this gorgeous little one. So that's cool. So I've got that to go with my little bag now. And the other one I love, well, so does Brendan, all things Edgar Allan Poe as well. Perfect for Halloween. Again, Andrew's probably going to contact us and say, well, that was meant for Brendan, but who knows. And that one's got a little
witch's hat. The other
witch's hat dangle. Oh yeah, this other little one's cool. It's
got like a little...
It's got like a little raven. It's got like a little bird. I don't think you can see it. A little bird's claw holding like a crystal. Love it. So they were our Halloween ones. But she also has, she's also an amazing quilter. She's a long arm quilter as well. We'll put Andrea's details down the bottom if anyone wants to. I think she makes the bags to order. So if anyone wants to contact her, we'll put her details below. I believe she picked this up because she's actually American, who married an Australian, lived here for 15 years. Then they both lived back in the States for about 5, and they're now living back in Australia. So she's been all over the place. So she's a Aussie-American. But I think when she was over there, she picked up probably a 1930s Sunbonnet Sue quilt top. I'm not sure what condition it was in, but she took 3 of the Sunbonnet Sues and made myself, herself, and another quilting friend one each. And because green's my favourite colour, she made this one for me, which is just beautiful when you think it's something somebody did, 90 years ago or something. And that's so it's a vertical one, this one. So I just love that one. I think that's beautiful. So thank you, Andrea. We love them. And it was a lovely surprise. Like I said, when you're in lockdown, things feel a bit bleak sometimes. So it's nice to get a lovely surprise like that in the mail. So, yeah, so thank you. Okay, what have we got next, Brent?
So over the last couple of weeks, as I've had time at night time, I've been putting up some of the seconds and samples fabrics that we have. So through the dyeing process, we'll get pieces of linen that don't quite make our quality, so they might have a few marks on them. Sometimes they'll have a little coloured dot that pops up, like a little red dot or something might pop up on the fabric. Or there might be a little bit of fault in the fabric that doesn't show up until we actually get on dye. So we can't sell that fabric to shops. So we've been selling it at big discounts on the website. And thank you to everyone. As soon as we put it up, it's been selling out within minutes. Which is amazing. Pretty amazing. I've got a whole lot more to put up, but it's just as I find time. So some of these are samples, so they're like where we were working on a colour, where we might dye it 5 or 6 times to dial in the colour. So they're close to existing colours, but not quite. And as I said,
Like ballet slippers. I
Yeah.
think you've got one going up.
yeah, there's like 4 or 5 different pieces which are almost ballet slippers. So you know, you can put them together and you probably couldn't see the difference. It's just me being finicky in picking the colour that I liked the best out of those ranges. And as I said, there's also seconds as well. And the seconds is we're pricing seconds differently depending on how bad the second is, if that makes any sense. So where there's a lot of marks on them, then we're really heavily discounting them.
Yep.
Some
Oh yeah, there was one cool one. I'm amazed that anyone actually wanted it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Actually, do you have a photo that you can put up?
Yeah, I'll put a photo
Yeah.
of it up here. It was actually a piece of seaweed that we sold yesterday or the day
Yeah.
before that actually got caught in the rain. So while it was dying, it was on top of a dye stack and rain came in. So
Something fell down and the rain just come in. Luckily, only one piece got affected. But
Yeah.
Brendan was cursing at the time, let me tell you. And when it dried, it was...
Yeah, I actually liked the fabric. I thought it was nice, but Karen hated it.
Oh, I couldn't see what... Look, whoever bought it, we'd love to see what you plan on stitching on this thing.
Well, I loved it. I thought
I
it
know
was an
you did.
amazing piece of linen.
I know.
But it had like these big circles
Yeah.
all over it of different colours, where the light and dark, where the rain hit the dye and dispersed it, and then other where it puddled because of the rain.
Yeah, it was a weird piece of linen. As I said, we'll put a picture up. But yeah, it got snapped up, so someone planned something with that.
Yeah.
So, but that's an example of the ones that have just been sitting around here. So
But we've also been doing we're doing a whole cleanup at the moment of our storage area, and we haven't been able to do it for the last year and a half.
no, but next February.
But normally we run a series of retreats. We run a Mirabilia retreat and one for Plum Street samplers, as well as a couple of stitching retreats every year. And as part of those, I get to go out and have fun and
the
dye
Mirabilia one particularly.
and dye some brighter fabrics than what we normally sell. We did a lot of dyeing for a retreat that didn't happen. So I've got a lot of that fabric sitting around out there. They're all in fat quarters. They're all cut into fat quarters.
And don't worry, everyone coming to the Mirabilia retreat next February, all going well, I think we'll be okay for that one. He will be dyeing a heap more for that one, so don't worry.
Yeah. But we just thought we might put some of these linens up on the website as well. So they're not like our normal linens, so they're more brighter. So this one's like a turquoise and green. We've got things like
A sky looking one.
skies, like blues,
Just make sure they're with the thing. Yeah.
some purples.
This is a nice one. You'll just pull that one out.
And then some others,
Is it
some more multicolour ones. Yeah. So these aren't linens that we actually sell as part of our range, but they're ones that we actually dye for the retreats that we do. So we thought we might put some of these up as well
There's quite a few, so
over the next couple of weeks.
again, as Brent has time, the priority at the moment is getting this linen dyed for the shops. But
So yeah, it would take a little bit to get up there, and we'll put them up over a period of time because we're actually I'm putting them up in between dyeing, ironing, and sleeping. So
and there's not a lot of that sleeping happening, let me tell you. So if we're looking a bit ordinary today, I've got a bit of makeup on, but we're looking a bit tired, I think, today. But you know what? It'll be all worth it when we get this fabric out, and then it all starts again for Expo.
yeah.
So that's all good.
So talking about Expo. So
Coming up very quickly.
I've finalised 3 of the colours that I'm releasing. I think I'm going to release 4.
Yep.
So we talked last video about the fact that we're re-releasing 2 linens.
Yep.
Mayflower and Duxbury.
Yep.
So they're both stained linens. We dyed them previously. They're actually specifically for samplers.
Yeah.
So one is a light aging or antiquing of the linen, and the other is a really heavy antiquing of the linen. On the next Flosstube, I'll actually show you those because we'll be releasing those to shops so they can pre-order.
They can
them. And also the other linen that we're releasing is the one, I don't know if you remember, way back in video 1.
Way back in video 1.
Yeah,
Can't believe we're at number 5, but anyway.
We showed you a linen which Karen's got here.
Yep. This is a piece of it that's been cut. So Brent's got to obviously dye this again. Whoops. It's that one.
So it's a linen that's
So lovely.
like a tan and grey
Yeah.
linen. and we asked everybody to name what they thought the names were for that linen, and we got hundreds of names.
You know what? You guys are awesome. The names were next level. We know now what to do every time we want to name a linen. We'll just ask you guys because I don't know. We didn't know what we were going. We thought, do we draw it out of a hat? There's so many amazing ones. And you know what? Just because you weren't picked for this, we've made a note of every single one of them. So it doesn't mean we won't be using those for future dyes. And the one thing that came up big, I think everyone's starting to realise how much Brendan loves his cryptids, is we got a lot of Bigfoots, Yowies, Bunyips, all sorts of cryptids. So Brendan's actually going to... I don't know if you'll do it for this Halloween, maybe.
Not sure I'll have time for this Halloween. We've got a bit of time for Halloween.
I don't know. We'll see how we go. But he's actually going to do a special cryptid series that he's going to name. So there will be a Bunyip, there will be a Yowie, there will be a Bigfoot. There better be a Mothman. So he's going to just do a little cute offside type range that we'll be selling to shops, but it will be his cryptid range. So that's going to be a bit of fun. And that just came about just because of all the names that everyone was suggesting. We thought, Loch Ness Monster. There's so many. So he'll think, right, I'm going out to work on my Loch Ness Monster colour now. So that's going to be actually a lot of fun. And they'll be a little bit different. Obviously, they won't be our sampler type colours. They'll be a little bit more out there. So it'll be part of the range, but it'll be kind of like a little side part of our range. So, so that'll be a bit of fun.
Yeah. So we went through
so many names.
Yeah, Karen's got a list of them. It's like 3 or 4 pages long.
So thank you so much.
We'll steal a lot of those names for future releases.
Absolutely.
We'll take full credit for them.
Of course. Yeah.
But we agonised over what to actually call this linen. We had we got down to a short list of a page of about 50 names.
Yeah. We'll go back and forth. And obviously we often most of the time we name them Australian names. And there were some great Australian names, and a lot of them we will be using, but they just didn't quite... We thought, that's a great name, but it would be better to another linen that Brendan's now got in his head. So we didn't go with an Australian name this time.
No. So
I'm a bit of a storm cat. I love all, disastery type shows on telly. So I like all kind of weather event type shows. So we went with
Tornado. So we thought that was a really good name for this fabric.
I thought it was awesome. Looks like a tornado.
It's a little bit chaotic. We remember watching that movie Twister.
We're watching that just recently, and I thought, do you know what? I think our linen, somebody suggested tornado. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, and that was Becky G.
Yeah.
So Becky G suggested that name of tornado. So Becky, if you contact us, we've got a fat quarter of this linen coming to you when it's released. So you just need to let us know the count.
Yep.
And we'll get that out to you at the beginning of September.
Yeah, because Brent will be dyeing all these expo releases sort of in a couple of... once all these shop orders are out, he'll start to do this. So if you let us know what count you would like, as soon as expo's done, we will get this out to you straight away. So thank you for the suggestions. And as I said, thank you to everybody else. We've got a database now of these amazing names. And if we do pick one that somebody has suggested, in some cases there were like multiple suggestions of the same one. Stormy Night, I think, was one. There was quite a few, but if we pick one that somebody has suggested, we'll do another draw, and we'll send them a fat quarter of that. That linen. Yeah. So again, thank you very much. Count. Yeah. So thank you everyone for helping us name this fabric. It was amazing. And I just wanted to mention too, we've had so many people joining our Facebook group, the Unicorn Out of Print chart group. Thank you so much, because the more people we have joined that, the more people are getting married up with their unicorns. We've had so many successes, and to see so many people happy when they list a chart and then someone says, look, I've got that, you can have that, or you can borrow that, it really is a lot of fun. And on that note, I received another one of mine. So thank you so much to Doc Hayward for sending this to me. It's Elizabeth Easton from The Good Housewife. I think it's Housewife. So I was thrilled to bits to get that one in the mail again as well. So Dot, thank you so much. I will get that stitched. She did say I could have it, but I said no. I said I'll get that stitched and back to you. Again, most of this stitching will start after August, but I don't think that's going to take me a long time to stitch. So I'll get that back to Dot so that and I think there are other people in our group that actually were wanting this, so she might, then she can decide who or if she sends that to next time. So thank you so much. And as I said, we'll put the link below. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of people are very happy.
Yeah, a lot of people have actually found their unicorns as part of this, which is really good.
Yeah, in some cases, people only want to loan them, which is understandable. But so thank you so much for that. So, and what else have we got, Brent?
It's doing eBay out of a lot of money.
Yes, exactly. Anyway,
Okay.
what else have we got now?
So just our giveaways.
Yeah, well, and don't forget, we're still aiming for that 10,000 way down the track, we understand, but we thought we'd show you again that lovely antique sampler that we've already reproduced. In actual fact, I'll just quickly grab the one off the wall and show you what our reproduction looks like.
So just a reminder, so the original sampler that we're giving away at 10,000. Yeah. So once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we'll do a draw.
You'll have to be subscribed to win this one.
Yeah.
I hope you understand, but it's a very big thank you. Yeah. We're still blown away, honestly. We're closing in on, not closing in, but we're getting closer and closer to 6,000, which is just, we just can't, next level for us. We can't even believe it. So this was, or this is, the reproduction that we currently have of it. It's Marion Bush. And, so it's from 1838, and that one is available. Is that on now? It's available at your local shops, but also...
We've got it as a PDF.
We have it as a PDF on our Fox and Rabbit site as well. So that's the reproduction, but it's the original that is going to be the giveaway. Okay, and so we'll just show you, each week we show you just one of our existing catalogue. Brent's got a sampler to show you. I don't think we've shown you this before.
Yeah, so this is Charlotte Harris. This is one of my favourite samplers because I think it's an Adam and Eve sampler. But instead of Adam and Eve, there's a stag and a doe under the tree of life, or the tree of knowledge.
My friend Nia's stitching this at the moment.
Yeah, so this is one of my favourite ones that we've actually reproduced, just because of the fact that it is that different.
Yeah, and it was one of our early ones too.
That Adam and Eve sampler, but without Adam and Eve.
Yeah. Now I've shown this one before. I think it was in our first video. This one is the Visitor. As I said, it was obviously Blackberry Rabbit, but it's now been rebadged under Fox and Rabbit. Now I know I've shown you that before. But the reason I actually want to show it again is because I was watching a Flosstube, Amy Loves Toads. Again, we'll put the link below. She's just finished this and the finish is beautiful. How she's framed it is so beautiful. So I thought I'd show you again and tell you to pop over to Amy's, I think it's her latest Flosstube. I think it's number 69, but it's her latest one. The screen capture for her Flosstube is the Visitor. So pop over to that Flosstube and have a look because it's beautiful. And I wish I'd framed mine the same way. So yeah.
And then following that same stream as our last Flosstube, showing you some fabric.
Brent's just finished dyeing this lot, so...
So I've just dyed hundreds of pieces of Winter Wren.
This is one of my favourites. I love this. Paulette used this one for her Abominable Snowman little design.
Yeah, so it's one of our newer colours.
Yeah.
But it's like a cocoa brown.
With a grey kind of undertone.
Yeah.
So hard to show up on the...
So it's a really pretty linen.
Camera.
And that's also our new tags as well.
Yeah.
We're changing our tagging system.
I got sick of those tagging guns constantly stuffing up and...
Not being able to read Karen's handwriting.
Oh my God. Yeah, and also, ticking the box where it looked a bit off. But it was just those tagging guns. I think we've gone through about 10 of them and they're not inexpensive. And I was cursing every time I was trying to get those tags into the selvage. So we thought, you know what? No. Not anymore. So I think this might make it a little bit easier for people like Hoffman Distributing and for the shops to just be able to see it really quickly and have it. It doesn't stick too hard to the linen. It doesn't do anything bad to the linen. So, so that's Winter Wren. And I think that's almost it for us this week. Sorry if it's a little bit shorter than normal. We've just got so much to do for the rest of this day. So we've got our giveaway. For each Flosstube, we will aim to be having a giveaway. Now, this little one is by the Primitive Hair. Now, I did a class with Izzy about 3 years ago at Nashville Market, and I made this. It's a little stitching pocket. It's really sweet. You put your little scissors in at the back, and I just love it. It's called the 800 Needlework Purse. Now, I've got a complete kit of that to give away. It's with all, it's with everything suggested. So, I'm wondering what we'll put in that.
Purse.
We'll make purse. Yeah, Brent will put the thing up there. If you type purse in the comments, if you'd like that kit, I'll just double check what count that's on, just so if anyone's worried about what count. I think it looks like it might be 30 or 32 count. I'm just looking. It's, I don't think it says. Don't think it says because the actual fabric came in the kit.
It looks like,
but I think it looks like it's 32 count. It's Old Salem.
It's 30 count.
Oh, 30 count Old Salem, the thing I'm thinking about doing the cryptid sale on. So it's a pretty good count. The fabric's beautiful. But
it's a full kit, so it's
a full
fabric,
kit.
It's got the cardboard templates.
And it's got the skein of cast iron fillet, which is a Gentle Art sampler thread. And it has,
I think the only thing that's missing is you put pins around the outside. I don't think.
Oh, I didn't put the pins in, but I will be. It didn't include the Swarovski crystals. They were an extra pack, but I actually have those Swarovski crystals, so I'll be putting the Swarovski crystals in with that pack as well.
So you just have to add pins.
All you'll have to do is add the actual pin that you put through the Swarovski crystal, and you're good to go. And obviously it doesn't come with the scissors, but that's it. Yeah, so if you put purse in the comments, we'll be giving that one away in the next 2 weeks.
And thank you to everyone who went into our draws for the last Flosstube.
Yep.
So just a reminder, we're giving away the Raven book.
The Raven.
Which is a beautiful quilt.
And I'm going to start that soon. So again, anyone who wants to start that and quilt along with me, let me know. I'm actually in the process of picking the fabrics for this one at the moment. Again, to start probably 1st of September.
Yeah.
So who won that one, Bob?
So that was won by Liz Florum. So I've just put up Liz's entry.
So Liz, let us know your details.
So if you can get in contact with us and give us your address, we'll get that in the mail to you.
Yep.
And we also had 2 copies of Remember Me.
Of Remember Me.
Which we've just found out is discontinued.
Yeah, it's an out of print. And there's a few people on our Unicorn Facebook group that are after this, and I was like, oh no, I've already said I'm giving 2 away. So I'm sure they probably commented, but look, if anyone does win this one, or we've got 2 of them. If the 2 people winning that stitch it, have a think about jumping onto our Unicorn group and possibly maybe passing it on. It's completely up to you. It's your chart. But it would make a lot of people very happy if you stitched this and then maybe passed it on or loaned it in that group, because I know that there's some people very, very anxious, and I just wish I'd known, I could have given away something else. But, okay, there were 2 winners.
So this was one of our most popular draws we've ever done. There was 444 lovely people who wanted these 2 charts. So the winners that we drew are Rebecca Moore and Margaret Stitches.
So congratulations. It's a really quick stitch too. That's what I'm saying. It's a quick stitch. So if you're happy to hand it on afterwards, great. If not, if you want to hang on to it, that's your business too. But just have a think about it. Yep. I've actually stitched it, but because of our craziness this week and with our project from the Krill Goblin coming up into the third design is sent out, I actually haven't had a chance to finish it, but I'll show that finished one next video because it's finished being stitched. I just haven't fully finished it yet, which I had planned on doing.
So again, Rebecca and Margaret, if you email us with your address, and we'll get those in the mail to you.
I'll get those in the mail as soon as we get them. We can still go to the mail once a day, so luckily we can get mail out. That's one of the few things we can do at the moment. So yeah, we'll get all 3 of those things out. as soon as we hear from you. So, and I think that's about it. I hope we haven't rambled on too much today. Like I said, Bren and I are a little bit sleep deprived, and we've got a million things happening that we've got to get done even just today. So hopefully we've made sense through this whole thing. Thank you again. And again, please, if you like what we're doing, subscribe. We appreciate all the subscriptions. And also, too, duck over and like us on Instagram. We're trying to get our Instagram numbers up as well. So, again, all the details are below in the comments. And we really appreciate everyone.
Yeah, and also where we're putting up this linen, as we put linen up, we send out a quick newsletter letting everybody know that it's up there. Yep. We're trying to put the linen up, obviously, and send that out at a time that's suitable to everybody. It's a little bit hard given we're in Australia, but we're tending to put them up at night. So that way that people in Australia, people in Europe, and people in the US all have an equal chance of actually getting that fabric. So if you sign up for that newsletter on our web page, and I'll have a link to that below, we'll be able to tell you when those linens will go up as well.
Brent's actually thinking, again, all this is sort of after Expo, but where he's also thinking about possibly doing some just little special grab bags, with little small cuts, maybe 6 cuts in a pack and things like that. What we'll probably do with things like that is maybe in our next floss, or in a floss tube prior to doing it, we might actually even say, okay, at this time we'll be putting these things up, so that way people can have a fair chance. And as Brent said, we'll try to do it so it's a reasonable time for both hemispheres. There's kind of a sweet spot. I know when we're chatting to our American friends, we're night owls, so that actually helps. But there's a kind of a sweet spot of a couple of hours when it's a reasonable time in the northern hemisphere and a reasonable time in the southern, where there's not a lot of overlap, but there is a few times. So what we'll probably do is let everyone know, if he does his kind of grab bag things, what time they'll be actually being listed.
Yeah.
So that's something. If that's something that interests you, let us know down below. It might not be something that people are interested in, but they'll just be like little kind of small cuts for, and that, as I said, they'll just go in bags of maybe 6 or 10. And
we just thought that might give people a chance to have a look at the fabrics, look at some of the different colours, so they don't have to. If you don't have a local store that's near you, it's very hard to see the fabrics.
Yeah. So if you want to order it online from them, you've got the swatch in front of you.
Yeah, so effectively you've got some small pieces that you can do ornaments with or smalls with, and you can have a chance to have a look at some of our colours and how they all fit together and how they work.
Because I know I've watched a few floss tubes recently where people have ordered, not ours necessarily, but just in general hand-dyed fabrics, or even just Zweigart linens, and what it looks like online, they've ordered it and it's been different to what they thought in real life. And that, I think that goes for every linen, as I said, both hand-dyed and standard. But this way, it's just nice to have that little tiny piece, and as I said, that way you know exactly roughly what you're getting when you call your LNS and order some of our linen. So, and thank you so much for everyone ordering our linen too. We're getting lovely comments saying, look, I've just gotten ballet slippers arrived, or I've just gotten hog bristle, and they're really happy. So it really makes us feel good to know that people are liking what Brent's doing, especially when he spends such long hours out there. It's nice to know that that it's being appreciated, because we really appreciate it very much. So thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's about it for us for this week. Have a lovely August.
Thank you for joining us again.
Yep.
And please put your comments, like the videos, and if you want, subscribe if you want to find out.
And I promise we will get
videos.
We will get to all the comments, won't we, Bren?
Yeah, we get through them. We don't necessarily comment on all of them. We do get to read all of them.
But we've just got to catch up on this last. And what we've realised too is we've kind of gone through all the first, second, I think, and third ones, commented or liked everyone's comments. And what we've realised now is, just when I went looking for those linen colours again, we realised now people have gone back and watched our first to fourth videos, and there's comments there. So we need to go back and comment on all of our previous ones. So I said, we're going to be splitting that job. So, but thank you. We love them, and as I said, there's a lot of comments because every video we're giving things away. So, one quick thing too, and you can tell we're newbies to this. We're learning as we go. Please don't mention giveaway or free or any of those type of words in the comments, because we had our first experience this last video with those bot things, so which we had to delete very quickly.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of bots coming on and commenting,
trying to win
some of the prizes. We banned them and deleted their comments as soon as we found them, but
and with the time difference, we sometimes didn't find out until the next day. So so no free, no giveaway, no gift, none of that in the comments if you can. Just that purse word. Thank you very much. So, and also too, thank you so much to everyone who downloaded our little freebie. Where is it? Our little freebie from last week. That's still obviously available. Spring's Promise. Somebody actually made the comment, Julie, Kansas City girl in Colorado World, thank you so much for the shout out. I was literally surging at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm sort of usually have Flosstube going, and all of a sudden I heard our name mentioned, and it always makes you sort of think, oh. And Julie just kindly mentioned one our Flosstube, and two that she just downloaded this. She made the interesting comment too. I don't think about these things because we're heading into spring. I've always got the next season on my mind, and I forget that you guys in the Northern Hemisphere are heading into fall or autumn. So so you can always change the colours to an autumny tone if you want to stitch something for next month. So thank you, and that's still on our as is our first little shepherd's sampler. That's still available on our Fox and Rabbit page, and looks like there's a shepherd's sampler sale that a couple of people have started. So given the fact that we didn't actually stitch that one, we only charted it because we ran out of time, not expecting that 1,000 subscribers. It's going to be fun to see those stitches actually stitching up. So thank you for running that sale. That was a bit exciting for us this week, and I think it's just hashtag shepherd's sale. Shepherd's Sampler Sale. So thank you. So so download that one and get stitching. So thank you very much. Now that is it now. I think we've covered it. I think that's it.
You're not going to go again?
I probably will think of something. I'll probably think of 10 things we were supposed to mention, but I think that's it for us now. So
Well, thanks to everyone for joining us again on this Flosstube, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Bye. Have a great weekend.